All right, hello YouTube. I want to announce, I believe it would be I forget the date, but it's the last week of April that Joe's got good probability that he's going to be in a boxing tournament that they are having at a city near here, and I've agreed to explore uh, options and let Joe go in and fight a grown man. They will not let Joe in any of the boxing leagues here because they claim Joe is too aggressive. They start mentioning brain damage and things like that, and won't let anyone. He's 16 now, so he could compete against 18-year-olds in the amateurs, but no one wants to in the country of Colombia. Uh, they refuse to let him in. Uh, as I said, they start talking about brain damage. Our guys aren't training professionally. I don't know what that means still to this moment, but I know there's differences in the training methods, but come on now. But they are exploring to find Joe an opponent that can get close to his weight uh, to in a tournament they're going to have near here with men, and it's going to be a combination of MMA and then they're going to have a boxing tournament. So hopefully that'll happen. Uh, we'll have to just wait and see. Uh, I told the guy he fights somebody 25, 30 more pounds than him. It doesn't make a difference to us. Joe's hovering around 195 right now. I wouldn't have a problem putting him against uh, a lot of the hot prospects in the world that are 230, 240. Wouldn't have a problem at all with that. If it was 4 rounds, for example. Uh, I would if it's going to be a lot of rounds, although we don't fight to go a lot of rounds, but we condition to go a lot of rounds. Anyway, get a little excited about that. Uh, Joe will get, uh, hopefully, good, decent competition, at least up to the point before he knocks the fella out. Uh, so we just have to wait and see. Now, the thing that I really want to make this, we're really excited about that too. The next thing that I want to mention to you guys is idiotic behavior online. Uh, and this is basically geared to younger boxers because Joe's got a lot of younger teenage, early 20-ish boxers that he converses back and forth with. They watch his channel, he watches their stuff. Uh, we see a lot, and it happens on our channel here and there. People that really do not understand, they don't have a grasp on the fight game. They've been in a one size fits all type of atmosphere. I call it because it looks ridiculous to me. You go into a boxing gym and it looks like a Kmart, Walmart, karate uh, bullshit dojo where everybody's in an assembly line. And you can't, that's not the sport. It, I hate to burst the bubble of everybody, but it's not the way to go. And so it's not the way to go from day one. It's just not. Sorry, but it's not. And it's showing on boxing today that it's not because we don't have very good boxing like we had in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So motorcycle just went by. Um, I just want to tell especially the younger boxers, don't get discouraged if somebody comes on and says something negative about you because 99.9% of the time, I kid you not, the percentage is very high like that. It's going to be a circle with a letter in the circle, and it's going to be somebody full of bull malarkey that don't know what they're doing. Maybe they went to boxing classes a few times or been in boxing classes a year, and uh, they've been taught one way because you can't go into a boxing gym and be taught multiple different ways. You will be hard pressed anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world today, you go into a boxing gym, you want to learn and be trained to fight. That you got a trainer, any trainer in there that will fit a style to you, fit a style to your strengths, fit a style to your weaknesses. And you just don't see that no more. And uh, God help us in this boxing game. The idiocy that's going on today. They come up with clever sayings. Uh, he's fighting on the rear foot. Uh, we used to just say he can fight backing up, you know. But it sounds a little better. It's a little there, and most of this stuff comes by these idiotic announcers, these people that uh, call the fights and stuff, and it's just half-ass stupid. This is how I drink my coffee out of a great big gigantic shaker cup. So anyway, don't be offended by anybody that comes on. I put videos out saying this here and there because you don't want your spirit broke from some half-ass lunatic. If somebody comes on and puts something stupid, you're doing something decent or you're working on something and still working on it, and they come over and they give you the bull malarkey that's similar to these leftist leaning Democrats today. Stay on point with a losing message and a losing, pathetic way of doing things, and don't can't see what they're doing. Something wrong up here, and yeah, it's in the boxing game just like it is in politics. Look up and see a winner. Look up and see a winning message. Look up and see a winning way of doing things. They're going to go the way of the loser every time. And as I said, you see it in politics daily, especially now. Uh, they're going to have a circle, little thing here. You're going to, a letter in there. You go over there. You start looking. Uh, they will have put nothing out. They're anonymous. And if they've got something up there, maybe it's a playlist of effeminate music. But it's never nothing that would lead you to believe that they know a damn thing about what they're talking about. Nothing. So we got a message here recently. I don't know if it was a guy or gal, because you don't know. They're anonymous. They're cowards. They come on there. We shift when we fight. Joe may lead with his left foot. First off, we have a more squared up style. And people that go through the boxing meal, they talk one way, they got horse blinders on, they can't see shit. They don't know what they're doing. Uh, but Joe Manny is leading a little bit with his left and then steps forward with that right and then goes into unorthodox style. Why? Well, how come we don't see? you don't see that because we're not, you don't, when a guy can punch with both hands, they're not going to utilize anything to that advantage. When a guy's got, I mean, pounding power in both hands, a trainer's going to be too stupid to figure out how to utilize that power as effectively as he can. And they're still going to be doing the assembly line, boxing mill stuff because they don't know no better. But so Joe may, it's like this will be a shift. Now you see this, you still see it today, and they're like, wow, this is remarkable, on the television or on the pay-per-view. Uh, but of course, the little idiot, I like to call them little Democrats because they got the same losing message. You can't see and don't know nothing themselves. So they're dim-witted. Uh, and you don't want to let that hit a kid and just motivate a kid. So you just keep doing what you're doing. If you got a smaller channel, uh, do what Facebook, YouTube, and X suggest. Hide them or delete them off and move on because these people don't know shit. They don't know shit. And generally, they're little wimps, little homos, little always the victim, and they get online and want to be a keyboard warrior. And don't want that. We've got an app, and I got this app from work many years ago. I don't work now. Do, doing work I was doing overseas, and I can pinpoint right down to the actual physical address of the person doing this stupid shit. And it is mind boggling where a lot of this crap comes from, and you don't want to listen to it. You don't want to pay attention to it. So when you get 20, 50, 100,000 people online, if you're growing and moving up, just don't police it. Just let happen what happens and move on down, because you'll just be sitting in front of a computer every day and don't worry about it. The bad will be with the good, and it'll catapult your popularity up, which is a part of boxing. And be happy about it. But if you're a younger channel, a younger uh, boxer, a younger MMA participant, a younger kickboxer, a younger jiu-jitsu competitor, just hide these people. You got on YouTube, you can hide these people. On Facebook and Instagram, I believe, you can delete these people. Get rid of them because you don't need it. And there'll be other idiots that'll come look on what you're doing, and they'll take the bad person's advice over and not be able to see what you may be doing. That is, you may just not have the experience. With us, Joe's just 16. He's not a master at this thing. Uh, and really, there are no masters living today at this thing, including myself. Uh, I'll say it a million times and then a million and one times. There's so many people out there that have more knowledge in their pinky finger than I've got in my whole body. And I try to be in discernment so I know who to listen to and be able to pick the bullshitters out and cast them aside. But for younger people, it can be very disheartening for you. You can work, 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 hours, 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 thousands and thousands of repetitions at something, and you'll have a smartass come up and say, "Hey, you're doing this wrong," and you're doing it right. Maybe what's right for you, and that's the big problem here. What's right for you, another guy, most guys can't do it that way. But you need to have people around you to teach you and guide you that can, uh, and it's the first thing you need. Anybody that's going to come trying to give you advice, anybody that's going to come trying to lead you or whatever, if you go in, let's say you're in their gym, uh, if they're teaching everybody the same exact style, it's probably not the place to be. It's just probably not the place to be. They're stuck in what they do. A good trainer, coach, teacher, whatever the offended need, feel the need to call it today, the quick offended, uh, you need to see people in there that are fitting the fighter to stylistic processes that work for that person's strengths and weaknesses. And you just don't literally see that probably in 2% of the boxing gyms in North America or Western Europe or Eastern Europe. But those are the only places you'll see any. You'll see the 2% even, because you won't see it nowhere else in the world because they are just not beyond what they can't get beyond what they've been told. So don't take it personal. Move on. Do your best thing. Again, on this tournament coming up, uh, as I understand it, it's just a one night thing, so it'd be one fight. We can get Joe in. We're going to get him in. I'm sure whoever he's going to be fighting is going to be in their mid upper 20s or possibly even early 30s. Uh, but they were wanting to look at Joe, so we sent them some stuff, and just gonna wait to get a feedback from them. And I've got to make sure, we want to accept a dime for this, and got to make sure it's not going to conflict because Joe's coming home, and Joe's going to win a heavyweight gold medal at the 2028 Olympics. Uh, and I think he's going to rather easily get there and easily do it. And I don't think you're on the same page as me, but I'm with this kid every day. And we'll see. We'll see. Anything can happen in Olympic boxing. Tyson got right up there at the crescendo and got in there with somebody that had an amateur answer to what he did. So maybe we run into something like that. I'm not a fortune teller, uh, but I just know everybody's real nervous about Joe Allen, and we want to keep it that way. Anyway, I want to tell you a lot of this I say comes off, sounds cocky, it sounds arrogant. I don't mean it to be. We're just walking in bold confidence, and I'll end this video letting you know why. It's because up in our house, Jesus Christ is our King, our Lord, and our Savior, and we hope He is in your house too. Hope everybody has a great